Hi, Stephen from Own or Disown. Today, Acer announced some new lineups to their gaming laptops. The new Predator series and the Nitro series as well. Now, I do have the Nitro 5 review coming up probably tomorrow. I've done all my testing, but of course, they've announced the new Helios 300, the Helios 700, as well as, of course, the Nitro 5, the Nitro 3, and the Nitro 7. So let's take a look at what they've got to offer this year. The Helios 300 will have up to a 240Hz screen with a 3 millisecond response time and 300 nits. But cheaper options include either 144Hz or 120Hz panels. Now, like before, it will be available in both a 15.6 inch and a 17.3 inch model. Graphics goes up to an RTX 2070 Max-Q, but lower SKUs include an RTX 2060, 1660 Ti, or even a 1650 Ti. The graphics is overclockable via their turbo mode. The CPU is now using Intel's 10th gen, either a 4-core i5-10300H or the 6-core i7-10750H. Now, if you do want an 8-core CPU, you will need to go either with the Triton 500 or the Helios 700. Unfortunately, there is no AMD Ryzen model. The design of the Helios 300 remains the same as previous and supports up to 32GB of low-powered DDR4 2333MHz RAM, up to 2 NVMe drives in RAID 0 and up to a 2TB hard drive, and will have their 4th gen Aeroblade cooling like before, so the thermals should be similar as the 2019 model. Availability will be July for Europe and the USA, and pricing will start at €1,300 or $1,200, which is expensive for a 1650 Ti model. Let's hope that it's actually for the 6-core 2060 version. The Helios 700 has been revamped with the Super graphics cards, now up to a 2080 Super. The CPU has been upgraded to a 10th gen i9-10980HK or the i7-10875H, and it still has the Hyperdrive keyboard that slides towards you, allowing more air to the components, but this does require more desk space. The RAM is upgraded to a max of 64GB, DDR4 2933MHz with an extra Thunderbolt 3 port, bringing that to 2 in total. The panel is still a 17.3 inch with G-Sync and it's a 144Hz refresh rate. It still uses Magforce optical keys with up to 3.1mm of key travel and can be switched between linear or racing settings. There's an optical laser in the keys which, when you press it down, it can detect how far the key is depressed, and that gives you more control in game. The Helios 700 will adopt their PowerGem thermal solution. This is a thermal pad that is claimed to conduct heat nearly 4 times faster than copper and improves CPU performance up to 12%, and it also allows them to reduce the thickness of the chassis from 51mm to 41.7mm. I would like to see this solution on all of their laptops, to be honest. As a result, compared to a Helios 700 using a liquid metal thermal solution, the PowerGem model scored an extra 700 points in Cinebench R20. That's 4,700 points, which is faster than my 9900K in my Clevo. And in addition, it also reduced the temperatures by 5 degrees, so that looks pretty exciting. Pricing on a Helios 700 will start at $2,400 or €2,700, with availability around September or October time. The Triton 300 is being refreshed to include Intel 10th gen CPUs, up to an RTX 2070 Max-Q, and the same 240Hz 3 millisecond panels that are used on the new Helios 300. The cooling is also decent with 4 heatsinks and the CPU and the GPU having a dedicated heat pipe and heatsink. It looks like it will be an exciting machine at only 19.9mm thick and 4.63 pounds and an all-metal chassis. It has a dedicated turbo button to boost for overclocking and a Predator Sense button to change power profiles and alter fan speeds. Now, the keys are 4-zone RGB and the WASD keys are curved and transparent to make them stand out. Now, availability for this will be July in Europe starting at €1,400 and September in the USA starting at $1,200. The all-metal Nitro 7 looks like a great option as well. I like that it has 3 M.2 slots for plenty of storage and up to 32GB of DDR4 2933MHz RAM, and it's also thin at 19.9mm. I also like that it has 4 heatsinks which seem to be anodized red versus blue, which we'll see on the Predator and the Helios line. The power port must be at the rear, which keeps that cable out of the way, but the HDMI is bang in the center on the right hand side, which could be awkward for your mouse hand. Now, you also get an RGB keyboard, which is nice to see. Now it is a little bit heavier than the Triton 300 at 5.51 pounds, and it will be available with up to an RTX 2060. Now there will be no 240Hz option, but it will still have up to a 144Hz panel, which is more than fine. But it will be a little bit cheaper, starting at $1,000 in the USA, with availability in October, and €1,300 in Europe, but will be available much sooner in July. So it does look like Europe are getting these new Acer laptops before the USA, but it's good to see that the Helios 300 is at least going to be available in July, so I will try and get my hands on one to check it out. Now, unfortunately, it does look like Acer's going all Intel, no AMD solution here, which is a bit disappointing. I know we're all hoping to see that, but never mind. Now, the Nitro 5 review will be up, should be up tomorrow, so remember, subscribe to watch that, and also my extra coverage on the Acer and laptops. And I'd like to thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.